lot of people never have the inspiration to, by God, do it or else. And I think that's really the keynote of what a champion is.
I stood there and I watched him, and he's got these dark goggles, you know, and he's got on a super racing outfit that day, and he's kind of tuning up. He's kind of looking around. He just looked like a racing machine, and all of a sudden he just went, whoo, and just skated, just went, about 6 steps and jetted across down the hill. It was great. I just kind of went, whoo, there he went.
He won a bronze medal at the Squaw Valley Olympics.
He was the Austrian national coach.
He won silver and gold medals at Innsbruck.
He's the man in this area.
He's just free. Feeling free.
To most people, he lives a life of extreme sacrifice. But to him, it's not a life of sacrifice. That's what he chooses to do.
To really go ahead and live that way. Do it day in and day out, and not have any idea of not doing it anytime.
He feels that performance is a very important aspect of life.
That probably is the one quality that makes a champion, and that's why there are very few champions.
Just put your skis on and go right up to upper group. Go to the master course. You know what that is?
Yeah.
There's a big controversy about what makes your skiing better. Skiing powder, skiing mogul, skiing crud. Racing is right where it's at. Nothing makes you better than racing.
Recreational racing is something maybe you should call new.
Everyone does it. Little teeny kids, doctors and lawyers, mothers of 3, anyone who has fun.
The first racing clinic I was ever with Pepi in was great. He brought everybody way up. He was the energy. He was the energy source. You know, he's got a lot of strength and energy, and when he puts it all into racing, then it flows into everybody else.
Well, if you were a junior, I think the simplest thing would be entering a Pepsi Junior NASTA race, of which we have many in the United States. If you were an adult, you can also enter standard races, NASTA, or USSA citizen races. The recreational racing has caught on. When we talk about racing, we mostly talk about increasing speed. We want to go faster. How do we go faster? There are actually 2 major points to consider. One is to minimize all braking when you're going down the hill, and secondly, to produce acceleration. How do we minimize all braking? Well, we have to take advantage of gravity acceleration, and we do it by carving a turn. The word carving means that we're making a turn without any braking in it. The word skidding would be the opposite of carving. How is it done? Let's first of all look at our equipment. The ski is designed in such a way that it will carve. In other words, some of the carving ability is designed into the ski. The ski is wide in front, is narrow in the middle, and is again wide on the tail. This means when we use it in a turn, it will favor a carving action. Leverage. Leverage means that as we stand on the ski, we can be neutral over the ski, or we can lever forward, or we can set leverage back on a ski tail. In order to start a carve, we use forward leverage. In most cases, we will then gradually shift the weight back to neutral to the middle of the ski, because that will produce a very even arc of reverse camber in the ski and produce a sustained turn. In some turns, we will even shift back to back leverage in order to slow down the turning. When we do this carved turn, we should see that we evenly weight the ski. We should not produce fluctuations on the snow, more weighting and less weighting. That would definitely disturb the carving action. Also, the ski has to be definitely on edge in order to resist slippage and centrifugal forces. Depending on the steepness of the hill, there will be less or more edging. In order to produce a turn, we have to also add some steering, which is done with the flexed knee. We do not need to think much about it. It mostly comes automatically. We have a tendency to press our knee forward and to twist it towards the inside of the turn. And that's what we need in order to come around in the turn. The upper body is mostly underplayed by the coach, by the technician, because you don't want to use the upper body excessively. The upper body keeps the balance and it's quiet. However, it does anticipate the turn, which means the upper body turns prematurely into the new turn in order to make the turn start more easily. Okay, Donna, come over here. We'll talk about it a little bit.
I got off the balance. I got low on the second gate, and that set me low the whole rest of the course. I just couldn't pick it back up.
Yeah, it seems like you tried to compensate by coming very close down by the gate, which of course gives you more speed, but it will not improve your line at all, and eventually you're very close to disaster, which almost you were here.
Yeah.
After the last gate. It seems like there's two common problems in racing here, especially in junior racing, because kids get too anxious to come down very close to the pole, so they start turning early, very early, which makes them go very straight here, and then they have a lot of turning left here, which is not really ideal. We try to accomplish as much turn as possible before the gate, because the portion of the turn that's below the gate is very difficult. And that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to come up too close to the pole. Look, if you come too close with your skis, look, your body's angulating, your knees are pointing into the hill, so look what happens. You're going to crowd that pole too much, which eventually you have to do something about it by leaning away from it. In other words, you're going to de-angulate and flatten your skis, and your skis going to go flat and slide. And your carved turn is interrupted, in a sense, which costs you speed. So don't think you're so fast when you're very, very close to the pole. What would you do if you want to go faster yet? What are the things that you would concentrate on to get faster yet?
Keep your turns high and try and get your knees down so that you can keep your edge solid so you don't skid your heels.
How about something beyond that? How about getting active, using your muscle power to produce more speed? What would you do then?
Well, I could skate, you mean? Skate a little?
Skating. The second important thing in producing increased speed would be acceleration that's produced by the racer himself through muscle force. In practice, mostly done in the form of a strong weight shift from one ski to the other. The skating step is a beautiful tool for the racer to accelerate. It accomplishes two things. Number one, it allows us to violate the rule of round turn insofar that we can extend the fall line phase. We gain speed through skiing long on the fall line. And then we correct this through a lateral movement. And secondly, the skating step allows us to use the ski like a bow. We push from it, we thrust from it very energetically, and throw ourselves onto the other ski into the next turn, very much like a speed skater propels on the flat. It's so easy to get out of shape. Skiing itself doesn't keep me in shape. In order to stay in good physical condition, I think you have to do a little bit besides skiing, and that would be cross-country skiing in the winter and running and jogging in the summertime.
He runs up and down the mountain just for exercise. He also runs along the road and does exercises on the road or up through the woods and dodges through trees. And he also has a bar in front of the house where he pulls up and does chin-ups.
The first point of carving and the second point of acceleration through a skating motion in most cases, they go very close together. One supports the other, one needs the other. For the successful racer, those are the two things, carving and skating. You mix them together successfully and you got the right combination.
When you catch that